Greetings from Exam Heist. We have identified important exam questions. Practice these important questions 2-3 times to get 100% success in exam. Subscribe and comment, share PDF in the below comment section to get PDF of these 40 important questions. If you want to access full dump, please visit www.examheist.com. We have 24/7 support available for your doubts and exam queries.
Question 1. Which of the following is typical of software licensing in the cloud? Option A. Per socket. Option B. Perpetual. Option C. Subscription-based. Option D. Site-based. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Subscription-based. Question 2. A server administrator wants to run a performance monitor for optimal system utilization. Which of the following metrics can the administrator use for monitoring? Choose 2. Option A. Memory. Option B. Page file. Option C. Services. Option D. Application. Option A. CPU. Option F. Heartbeat. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Memory. Option E. CPU. Question 3. After configuring IP networking on a newly commissioned server, a server administrator installs a straight-through network cable from the patch panel to the switch. The administrator then returns to the server to test network connectivity using the ping command. The partial output of the ping and ipconfig commands are displayed below. The administrator returns to the switch and notices an amber link light on the port where the server is connected. Which of the following is the most likely reason for the lack of network connectivity? Option A. Network port security. Option B. An improper VLAN configuration. Option C. A misconfigured DHCP server. Option D. A misconfigured NIC on the server. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. A misconfigured NIC on the server. Question 4. A user cannot save large files to a directory on a Linux server that was accepting smaller files a few minutes ago. Which of the following commands should a technician use to identify the issue? Option A. PV display. Option B. Mount. Option C. DFH. Option D. fdisk-l. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. DFH. Question 5. Following a recent power outage, a server in the data center has been constantly going offline and losing its configuration. Users have been experiencing access issues while using the application on the server. The server technician notices the date and time are incorrect when the server is online. All other servers are working. Which of the following would most likely cause this issue? Choose 2. Option A. The server has a faulty power supply. Option B. The server has a CMOS battery failure. Option C. The server requires OS updates. Option D. The server has a malfunctioning LED panel. Option A. The servers do not have NTP configured. Option F. The time synchronization service is disabled on the servers. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. The server requires OS updates. Option F. The time synchronization service is disabled on the servers. Question 6. A company has implemented a requirement to encrypt all the hard drives on its servers as part of a data loss prevention strategy. Which of the following should the company also perform as a data loss prevention method? Option A. Encrypt all network traffic. Option B. Implement MFA on all the servers with encrypted data. Option C. Block the servers from using an encrypted USB. Option D. Implement port security on the switches. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Encrypt all network traffic. Question 7. A systems administrator is setting up a server on a LAN that uses an address space that follows the RFC 1918 standard. Which of the following IP addresses should the administrator use to be in compliance with A standard? Option A 11.251.196.241. Option B 171.245.198.241. Option C 172.16.19.241. Option D 193.168.145.241. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C 172.16.19.241. Question 8. An administrator needs to perform bare metal maintenance on a server in a remote data center. Which of the following should the administrator use to access the server's console? Option A IPKVM. Option B VNC. Option C a crash cart. Option D RDP. Option A SSH. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D RDP. Question 9. A technician needs to provide a VM with high availability. Which of the following actions should the technician take to complete this task as efficiently as possible? Option A. Take a snapshot of the original VM. Option B. Clone the original VM. Option C. Convert the original VM to use dynamic disks. Option D. Perform AP2V of the original VM. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Clone the original VM. Question 10. A server administrator receives a report that a new user is unable to save a file to her home directory on a server. The administrator checks Anne's home directory permissions and discovers the following. Dr. XRXR, home, and which of the following commands should the administrator use to resolve the issue without granting unnecessary permissions? Option A. chmod 777, home, and option B. chmod 666, home, and option C. chmod 711, home, and option D. chmod 754, home, and choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. chmod 754, home, and question 11. Which of the following documents would be useful when trying to restore IT infrastructure operations after a non-planned interruption? Option A. Service level agreement. Option B. Disaster recovery plan. Option C. Business impact analysis. Option D. Business continuity plan. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Business impact analysis. Question 12. A systems administrator is setting up a new server that will be used as a DHCP server. The administrator installs the OS but is then unable to log on using Active Directory credentials. The administrator logs on using the local administrator account and verifies the server has the correct IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. The administrator then gets on another server and can ping the new server. Which of the following is causing the issue? Option A. Port 443 is not open on the firewall. Option B. The server is experiencing a downstream failure. Option C. The local host's file is blank. Option D. The server is not joined to the domain. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. The server is not joined to the domain. Question 13. A systems administrator is preparing to install two servers in a single rack. The administrator is concerned that having both servers in one rack will increase the chance of power issues due to the increased load. Which of the following should the administrator implement first to address the issue? Option A. Separate circuits. Option B. An uninterruptible power supply. Option C. Increased PDU capacity. Option D. Redundant power supplies. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, separate circuits. Question 14. Which of the following is a method that is used to prevent motor vehicles from getting too close to building entrances and exits? Option A. Bollards. Option B. Reflective glass. Option C. Security guards. Option D. Security cameras. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, bollards. Question 15. A technician is installing a variety of servers in a rack. Which of the following is the best course of action for the technician to take while loading a rack? Option A. Alternate the direction of the airflow. Option B. Install the heaviest server at the bottom of the rack. Option C. Place a UPS at the top of the rack. Option D. Leave 1 U of space between each server. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, alternate the direction of the airflow. Question 16. A technician is configuring a server that requires secure remote access. Which of the following ports should the technician use? Option A. 21. Option B. 22. Option C. 23. Option D. 443. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, 443. Question 17. A server administrator is using remote access to update a server. The administrator notices numerous error messages when using YUM to update the applications on a server. Which of the following should the administrator check first? Option A. Network connectivity on the server. Option B. LVM status on the server. Option C. Disk space in the WAR directory. Option D. YUM dependencies. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C, disk space in the WAR directory. Question 18. Which of the following is an example of load balancing? Option A. Round robin. Option B. Active-active. Option C. Active-passive. Option D. Failover. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, round robin. Question 19. Which of the following is the most appropriate scripting language to use for a logon script for a Linux box? Option A. VBS. Option B. Shell. Option C. Java. Option D. PowerShell. Option A. Batch. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, shell. Question 20. Which of the following tools will analyze network logs in real time to report on suspicious log events? Option A. syslog. Option B. DLP. Option C. SIEM. Option D. HIPS. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C, SIEM. Question 21. Which of the following will correctly map a script to a home directory for a user based on username? Option A. Server, users $username. Option B. Server, %username%. Option C. Server, first initial last name. Option D. Server, $username$. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, server, %username%. Question 22. A server that recently received hardware upgrades has begun to experience random BSOD conditions. Which of the following are likely causes of the issue? Choose 2. Option A. Faulty memory. Option B. Data partition error. Option C. Incorrectly seated memory. Option D. Incompatible disk speed. Option A. Uninitialized disk. Option F. Overallocated memory. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, faulty memory. Option C, incorrectly seated memory. Question 23. A server administrator has configured a web server. Which of the following does the administrator need to install to make the website trusted? Option A, PKI. Option B, SSL. Option C, LDAP. Option D, DNS. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, PKI. Question 24. A technician is attempting to update a service firmware. After inserting the media for the firmware and restarting the server, the machine starts normally into THEOS. Which of the following should the technician do next to install the firmware? Option A, press F8 to enter safe mode. Option B, boot from the media. Option C, enable HIDs on the server. Option D, log in with an administrative account. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, boot from the media. Question 25. A server administrator mounted a new hard disk on a Linux system with a mount point of new disk. It was later determined that users were unable to create directories or files on the new mount point. Which of the following commands would successfully mount the drive with the required parameters? Option A, echo new disk greater than etc fstab. Option B, net use new disk. Option C, mount or remount rw new disk. Option D, mount A. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C, mount or remount rw new disk. Question 26. Which of the following best describes the concept of right to downgrade? Option A, it allows for the return of a new OS license if the newer OS is not compatible with the currently installed software and is returning to the previously used OS. Option B, it allows a server to run on fewer resources than what is outlined in the minimum requirements document without purchasing a license. Option C, it allows for a previous version of an OS to be deployed in a test environment for each current license that is purchased. Option D, it allows a previous version of an OS to be installed and covered by the same license as the newer version. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. It allows a server to run on fewer resources than what is outlined in the minimum requirements document without purchasing a license. Question 27. A server administrator needs to harden a server by only allowing secure traffic in DNS inquiries. A port scan reports the following ports are open. 443636. Which of the following open ports should be closed to secure the server properly? Choose 2. Option A, 21. Option B, 22. Option C, 23. Option D, 53. Option A, 443. Option F, 636. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, 21. Option C, 23. Question 28. A server administrator wants to check the open ports on a server. Which of the following commands should the administrator use to complete the task? Option A, nslookup. Option B, nbtstat. Option C, telnet. Option D, netstat. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, netstat A. Question 29. Which of the following must a server administrator do to ensure data on the SAN is not compromised if it is leaked? Option A, encrypt the data that is leaving the SAN. Option B, encrypt the data at rest. Option C, encrypt the host servers. Option D, encrypt all the network traffic. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, encrypt the data at rest. Question 30. A server technician has been asked to upload a few files from the internal web server to the internal FTP server. The technician logs into the web server using PuTTY, but the connection to the FTP server fails. However, The FTP connection from the technician's workstation is SUCESSFUL. To troubleshoot the issue, the technician executes the following command on both the web server and the workstation. Ping FTP, ACME, local. The IP address in the command output is different on each machine. Which of the following is the most likely reason for the connection failure? Option A. A misconfigured firewall. Option B. A misconfigured hosts. Deny file. Option C. A misconfigured hosts file. Option D. A misconfigured hosts. Allow file. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. A misconfigured hosts file. Question 31. A company deploys antivirus, anti-malware, and firewalls that can be assumed to be functioning properly. Which of the following is the most likely system vulnerability? Option A. Insider threat. Option B. Worms. Option C. Ransomware. Option D. Open ports. Option A. Two-person integrity. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Insider threat. Question 32. A security analyst suspects a remote server is running vulnerable network applications. The analyst does not have administrative credentials for the server. Which of the following would most likely help the analyst determine if the applications are running? Option A. User account control. Option B. Anti-malware. Option C. A sniffer. Option D. A port scanner. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. User account control. Question 33. A server is performing slowly, and users are reporting issues connecting to the application on that server. Upon investigation, the server administrator notices several unauthorized services running on that server that are successfully communicating to an external site. Which of the following are most likely causing the issue? Choose 2. Option A. Adware is installed on the user's devices. Option B. The firewall rule for the server is misconfigured. Option C. The server is infected with a virus. Option D. Intrusion detection is enabled on the network. Option A. Unnecessary services are disabled on the server. Option F. SE-Linux is enabled on the server. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Adware is installed on the user's devices. Option C. The server is infected with a virus. Question 34. A server technician is configuring the IP address on a newly installed server. The documented configuration specifies using an IP address of 10, 20, 10, 15 and a default gateway of 10, 20, 10, 254. Which of the following subnet masks would be appropriate for this setup? Option A. 255, 255, 255, 0. Option B. 255, 255, 255, 128. Option C. 255, 255, 255, 240. Option D. 255, 255, 255, 254. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. 255.255.255.0. Question 35. A storage administrator is investigating an issue with a failed hard drive. A technician replaced the drive in the storage array. However, there is still an issue with the logical volume. Which of the following best describes the next step that should be completed to restore the volume? Option A. Initialize the volume. Option B. Format the volume. Option C. Replace the volume. Option D. Rebuild the volume. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Rebuild the volume. Question 36. A large number of connections to port 80 is discovered while reviewing the log files on a server. The server is not functioning as a web server. Which of the following represent the best immediate actions to prevent unauthorized server access? Choose 2. Option A. Audit all group privileges and permissions. Option B. Run a checksum tool against all the files on the server. Option C. Stop all unneeded services and block the ports on the firewall. Option D. Initialize a port scan on the server to identify open ports. Option A. Enable port forwarding on port 80. Option F. Install a NIDS on the server to prevent network intrusions. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Audit all group privileges and permissions. Option D. Initialize a port scan on the server to identify open ports. Question 37. A company is running an application on a file server. A security scan reports the application has a known vulnerability. Which of the following would be the company's best course of action? Option A. Upgrade the application package. Option B. Tighten the rules on the firewall. Option C. Install antivirus software. Option D. Patch the server OS. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Patch the server OS. Question 38. A technician runs top on a dual-core server and notes the following conditions. Top backquote, 14, 32, 27, 364 days. 14 users load, average 60. 512, 413. 6. Which of the following actions should the administrator take? Option A. Schedule a mandatory reboot of the server. Option B. Wait for the load average to come back down on its own. Option C. Identify the runaway process or processes. Option D. Request that users log off the server. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Identify the runaway process or processes. Question 39. A technician needs to set up a server backup method for some systems. The company's management team wants to have quick restores but minimize the amount of backup media required. Which of the following are the best backup methods to use to support the management's priorities? Choose 2. Option A. Differential. Option B. Synthetic full. Option C. Archive. Option D. Full. Option A. Incremental. Option F. Open file. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Differential. Option B. Synthetic full. Question 40. An administrator is configuring a 2-node cluster that will be deployed. To check the cluster's functionality, she shuts down the active node. Cluster behavior is as expected, and the passive node is now active. Anne powers on the server again and wants to return to the original configuration. Which of the following cluster features will allow Anne to complete this task? Option A. Heartbeat. Option B. Failback. Option C. Redundancy. Option D. Load balancing. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. Failback.